If she does these things, she wants you badly, without saying a word. When you've lived long enough, you learn that the truest signs of desire aren't found in loud declarations or fancy words. They live quietly in the small, powerful moments. Moments that many young men rush past without noticing. And yet it's those very moments that reveal the deepest truths of the human heart. There's a kind of wisdom that only comes with years, with heartbreak survived and lessons learned the hard way. And one of those lessons is this: when a woman truly wants you badly and deeply, it shows in ways you cannot buy, force, or demand. It flows naturally, like water finding its way to the ocean. I want you to listen carefully now, because this isn't about games or tricks. This is about recognizing something real. It's about paying attention to the kind of love that doesn't just knock on your door, it carves its name into your very soul. A woman's longing isn't always loud, but it is steady. It's not always dressed in fireworks, but it shines like a lamp in the dark. And if you're wise enough to see it, you'll know that her wanting you is not just about passion, but about something far greater, something that binds two lives in a way that no storm can easily undo. So lean in. Let's strip away the noise and get to the truth. Because if she truly wants you, her actions will speak in ways her lips may never dare. And once you learn to recognize those signs, you'll carry this wisdom for the rest of your life. Number 1. Her eyes tell the story you cannot deny. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and there's no truer statement when it comes to a woman's desire. A woman's eyes hold the kind of honesty her lips may hesitate to speak. When she wants you badly, her gaze doesn't just land on you, it lingers. She looks at you in a way that makes the rest of the world fade, if only for a moment. That look carries a weight, a silent admission that she may never put into words. You'll notice it in the way her eyes soften when you enter the room. It's subtle, but it's powerful. Her entire expression shifts, and suddenly you are no longer just another face in the crowd. She may smile, or she may not, but her eyes will give her away every single time. They follow you, even when she tries to pretend they don't. That is the language of longing, silent, unspoken, but undeniable. Elderly wisdom teaches us that true desire has little to do with grand gestures and everything to do with presence. Eyes carry a presence. They remember details. They show interest before words even begin. If you've ever caught a woman watching you, not with idle curiosity but with that kind of steady warmth, then you've already witnessed a truth many overlook. Her soul is reaching out to yours without a sound. When you live long enough, you understand that love isn't always shouted from rooftops. More often it's whispered in the glances across a dinner table, in the way she looks at you when you're not paying attention, or the way her eyes light up when you laugh. That light doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from a place of want, of desire, of deep connection. There's a kind of hunger in the eyes of a woman who wants you badly. But it's not a desperate hunger, it's a quiet, steady flame. It doesn't burn wildly. It glows with constancy, with loyalty, with a yearning that words can never capture. It's the kind of gaze that makes a man feel not just wanted, but chosen. And that difference means everything. So pay attention. Do not dismiss those fleeting moments when her eyes find you in a crowded room, when she looks at you as though you're the only anchor in a restless sea. For when her eyes tell the story, no explanation is needed. Her gaze is her confession, and if you're wise, you'll never take it lightly. Number 2, she creates space for you in her life. Want is not proven in talk. It's proven in action. When a woman truly wants you, she does more than say it. She creates space for you in her world. She rearranges the pieces of her life to make sure you fit into the picture. It's not about sacrifice for the sake of sacrifice. It's about priority. And nothing reveals desire more than where someone chooses to place their priorities. She will make time, even when she has none. She will invite you into her routines, not because she has to, but because she wants you woven into the fabric of her days. Maybe it's a quick call in the morning just to hear your voice. Maybe it's making sure you're included in family gatherings, even when it would have been easier not to. Maybe it's the way she ensures you have a chair at her table, a presence in her schedule, and a home in her world. Elderly wisdom reminds us that when someone wants you, they don't leave you wondering where you stand. They don't keep you on the margins. They bring you to the center. And a woman who wants you badly will make it known not by force but by inclusion. She will carve out time that she could have given elsewhere and choose to give it to you. Think of it this way. Life is always full of responsibilities, obligations, and distractions. But when she wants you, she clears the clutter. She makes a place for you not out of convenience, but out of longing. That's how you know it's real. That's how you know her heart is speaking louder than her calendar. She may surprise you with thoughtfulness, like cooking your favorite meal after a long day, or she may simply show up. Even when it's inconvenient, she creates room not only for your presence, but for your burdens, your dreams, and your flaws. Her desire is not just about being with you. It's about carrying life with you. That is a far deeper want than fleeting attraction. With years of living comes the clarity to see that love doesn't thrive in empty promises. It thrives in presence, in consistency, in the quiet rearranging of life to make space for another. So when you notice a woman clearing her world to welcome you in, understand this: she doesn't just like you. She wants you, and she wants you deeply. And that, my friend, is a truth you should never overlook. Number 3, her touch speaks louder than her words. There is something sacred in the way a woman reaches for you when she truly wants you. Touch is more than contact. It is communication. It's her way of saying everything her lips may never dare to admit. When she wants you badly, she finds ways to close the distance between you. She brushes your arm as she laughs, rests her hand on yours when words fall short, or lingers in a hug a little longer than most would. These are not accidents. These are declarations. With age comes the wisdom to know that desire is not measured in fireworks, but in consistency, and consistent touch is a sign that cannot be faked. She doesn't just touch you because she can. She touches you because she wants to feel connected, to bridge the invisible gap between two souls. Every gentle nudge, every graze of her hand carries with it an unspoken longing. Think about the warmth of her palm on your shoulder, or the way her fingers linger as she hands you something simple. To a distracted eye, it may mean nothing. But to the man she desires, it is everything. Because behind every small gesture lies a truth too strong to hide. She wants closeness. She craves connection. She longs for the comfort of being near you. Touch, in its truest form, carries healing. When a woman lays her hand on yours, it's not just flesh meeting flesh. It's her heart reaching through skin, saying, "I see you, I choose you, I want you." In a world that can be cold and unkind, that touch becomes a shelter. It reassures you, grounds you, and speaks of a desire deeper than passion. It speaks of belonging. Elderly wisdom tells us that you can measure the strength of a bond by the silence between two people. And touch lives in that silence. It's the language of desire without a single word spoken. It's the spark that doesn't fade with time. The connection that lingers long after the moment passes. So when she touches you, don't overlook it. Don't dismiss it as mere kindness. Recognize it for what it is, the physical echo of her longing, the undeniable proof that she wants you not just in her life but in her arms. And if you're wise, you'll treasure that touch as the rare gift it truly is. Number 4. She listens with the kind of attention that heals. In a world full of noise, distraction, and endless interruptions, true listening is a treasure. And when a woman wants you badly, she listens in a way that feels almost holy. She doesn't just hear your words. She leans into them, gives them weight, and holds them like something precious. She listens to your stories, even the ones you've told before. She remembers the details you didn't even realize you shared. She catches the pauses, the sighs, the hesitations, and she knows what they mean. That kind of listening is not casual. It is intentional. It's her way of saying, "You matter to me. What you feel matters. Who you are matters." There is a healing power in being heard. The elderly often say that one of the greatest gifts a partner can give is the gift of listening, because it nourishes the soul. When a woman desires you deeply, she doesn't just want your presence. She wants your truth. She wants to know what weighs on you, what excites you, what keeps you awake at night. She listens not to reply, but to understand. And when she listens, she remembers. She recalls the name of the old friend you once mentioned, the food you dislike, the dream you carry quietly in your heart. She tucks these pieces away and brings them back when you least expect it. That's not forgetfulness, it's devotion. That's not politeness, it's proof of her longing. Consider this: many people can look at you, but very few can truly see you. A woman who wants you badly doesn't just look, she sees. She sees beyond the mask you wear for the world. She hears the silence behind your words, and she welcomes all of it. That kind of attention cannot be faked, because it demands energy, patience, and care. And no one invests that much unless desire is burning deeply in their soul. So when you find yourself sitting with her, speaking of the small things and the heavy things alike, notice the way she leans in. Notice the way her eyes don't wander, the way she makes you feel like the only voice that matters. That is not just listening. That is love in its purest form. That is her longing made visible through attention. And if you are wise enough to see it, you'll know. She doesn't just want your words, she wants your heart. Number 5. She protects and defends your presence in her world. When a woman wants you badly, her desire doesn't stop at longing glances or affectionate touch. It spills over into the way she guards your presence in her life. She doesn't just welcome you, she protects you. She defends your name, your worth, and your place in her world. Even when you're not around to hear it. That's how deeply she wants you. She makes sure the world knows it. Pay attention to how she speaks of you when you aren't there. A woman who desires you deeply will never let your name be dragged through the mud. She will speak with respect, even when others are quick to judge. She will stand up for you when silence would have been easier. She'll be the one to remind others of your strengths when the world is busy pointing out your flaws. That's loyalty born of desire. Her longing makes her fierce about keeping you safe in her circle. There's something profoundly telling in the way she includes you in her story. She doesn't tuck you away as a secret. She places you in her narrative with pride, introducing you to friends, bringing you into her family, and ensuring you're not hidden but honored. That's no small thing. That's a woman claiming her desire without hesitation. Elderly wisdom reminds us that in a lifetime people come and go. Friends drift. Strangers fade. But the ones who fight for your place in their life, the ones who protect your presence, that's who really wants you. And when a woman does this, it isn't casual. It's the evidence of her soul declaring, "This one matters to me." Her protection may not always be loud. Sometimes it's subtle. It's in the way she shields you from unnecessary burdens, or steps between you and harsh words, or quietly steers situations so you don't have to suffer. It's in the way she ensures you feel safe being yourself, unguarded, unashamed. That kind of defense comes from a longing that runs deep, because she knows that keeping you close requires more than affection, it requires strength. So when you see her standing by you when life throws its worst, when she refuses to let go even in the storms, know this: she isn't just being kind, she is protecting something precious, and that something is you. Number 6. She dreams with you, not just about you. There is a difference between infatuation and desire that runs deep. Infatuation dreams about you. True desire dreams with you. When a woman wants you badly, her heart doesn't stop at the present moment. She extends her hand into the future and imagines you walking there beside her. You'll hear it in her words. She'll speak of we more than I. She'll talk about plans that have your name written in them, not because she's trying to trap you, but because she longs for you to be part of her tomorrow. She'll ask about your goals, not out of curiosity, but because she's quietly weaving them into her own. That's what it means to be wanted deeply. She sees not just the man you are, but the man you're becoming, and she wants to be there for both. Her dreaming with you is not always grand. Sometimes it's simple, talking about where to go next summer, what kind of home feels right, or even how you'd both like to spend quiet evenings together years down the road. To the untrained eye, it might look small, but to those with wisdom, it's a revelation. Her longing for you is not temporary. It's rooted in hope and permanence. The elders often say that you know the depth of someone's love by how far into the future they're willing to carry you in their thoughts. A woman who wants you badly won't hesitate to picture you there. She doesn't just want the fleeting warmth of today. She wants the steady glow of forever. And in those dreams, she doesn't just place you as a decoration. She sees you as a partner. She asks your opinion, values your thoughts, and shapes her vision with your voice in mind. That is desire transformed into commitment. That is longing matured into loyalty. So listen closely when she speaks of the future. Notice when she says, someday, we, instead of someday, because those words carry more than hope. They carry the echo of her heart saying, I want you not just now, but for as long as the road stretches ahead. And that kind of wanting is the rarest treasure you'll ever find. Number 7. She loves you in the little things that mean everything. When a woman wants you badly, she doesn't always show it in grand gestures. More often it's in the small, tender acts that most people would overlook. The way she remembers how you like your coffee. The way she notices you're tired before you even say it. The way she brings you something simple. Not because you ask, but because she thought of you. These little things are not little. They are her heart speaking in the quietest, most consistent ways. True desire doesn't need an audience. It doesn't need applause. It shows up when she folds your shirt the way she knows you like it. When she slips a note into your pocket before a long day. When she remembers the stories you told months ago and surprises you by bringing them to life. Every act may seem small on its own, but together they create a tapestry that says, I want you, I think of you, you are always on my mind. Elderly wisdom tells us that it's not the diamonds and roses that sustain a bond, it's the daily kindnesses, the gestures rooted in thoughtfulness. A woman who wants you badly doesn't wait for anniversaries to show her care. She pours her affection into the rhythm of everyday life, where love truly breathes and grows. Watch closely, and you'll see it in how she cares for your well-being. She'll remind you to rest, to eat, to take care of yourself, not to nag, but because her heart aches when you're not at your best. She'll celebrate your victories, no matter how small, because she is invested in your joy. She'll hold your hand not just in public, but when no one is watching, because her longing isn't for show, it's real. And perhaps most telling, she never grows weary of giving these little things. Her desire fuels her generosity, her attentiveness, her devotion. That's the mark of someone who doesn't just want you for a moment, but cherishes you as part of her very soul. So do not dismiss the little things. They are the truest signs of deep longing, woven into everyday life. They are her way of reminding you, without words, that she wants you, not just badly, but constantly, faithfully, endlessly. Conclusion: desire that stands the test of time. In the end, desire is not found in the noise of fleeting passion, but in the quiet steadiness of devotion. When a woman wants you badly, it's not just in her eyes, her touch, or her words. It's in the life she builds around you. It's in the way she defends you, dreams with you, and fills the empty spaces with little acts of love that mean more than any grand display ever could. Elderly wisdom reminds us that the truest kind of wanting isn't shallow. It doesn't fade with seasons. It doesn't depend on convenience. It endures. It deepens. It grows roots that hold strong even when storms come. When she wants you in this way, she is not just seeking romance. She is offering partnership, loyalty, and a love that withstands the test of time. So if you find yourself the object of such desire, don't take it lightly. Don't rush past the signs. Recognize them. Honor them. Because being wanted this deeply is not common. It is rare. It is sacred. It is a gift that many spend a lifetime searching for, but never find. And if you are blessed enough to see it in her eyes, her touch, her protection, her dreams, and her daily love, know this: you are not just wanted, you are cherished. And that kind of desire is the kind that changes a life forever.